Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Let's just jump right in, because we're tackling something today that affects, well, pretty much all of us, but nobody really talks about it. The core premise here is super simple, but honestly, it's really powerful. We have got to stop accepting physical pain as just some normal, inevitable part of cooking. For way too long, we've looked at kitchen discomfort as a personal failing, when really, it's a design flaw.
No pain, no gain. I mean, we've all heard it, right? Well, let's go ahead and bust that myth right now. When you're in the kitchen, pain does not equal progress. Absolutely not. Pain just means your environment is fundamentally flawed and it's working against you. Most standard kitchens simply weren't built for our long-term comfort, and it is high time we recognize that.
So, let's talk about a really crucial concept, microtraumas. Basically, those high counters and incredibly heavy pots aren't just annoying, they're actually creating small, repetitive injuries in your spine, literally every single day. Take my neighbor, Rosalind. She's 74 and she has cooked Sunday dinner for her extended family every single week for over 40 years. But last year, she almost quit hosting entirely. Why? Well, her lower back would seize up halfway through browning a roast, and she'd have to go sit on a stool just to catch her breath. She thought getting older just meant dealing with pain. But scientifically speaking, it was her kitchen that needed an upgrade, not her. So to fix this, we've got a really clear roadmap today. We're going to break down actionable steps across 4 areas: upgrading your tools, rethinking your space, supporting your stance, and finally, reclaiming your independence.
Let's start with section 1, upgrade your tools. We're talking small swaps with big impact.
Step 1 is lightening the load. Look, a traditional 9-pound cast iron skillet is famously heavy, and it really strains your wrists. But a carbon steel pan, it gives you the exact same beautiful sear at literally half the weight. A retired school teacher named Doreen actually made this exact switch just a few months ago, and she said the very first thing she noticed wasn't even how well it cooked, it was that she could actually lift the pan out of the cabinet with one hand instead of having to brace herself against the counter. That one simple, lightweight switch meant she stopped avoiding the dishes that required searing, all because the pan itself was no longer the enemy.
Step 2. Focus on your handles. Switching from hard plastic to silicone grip handles might seem kind of minor, but trust me, it is massive. Because they're softer, you don't have to squeeze as hard to hold them securely. And that reduction in grip force, it actually reduces the deep underlying tension that travels all the way up your arm and right into your shoulders while you're stirring or chopping.
Take Carol, for example. She's 81 and she has arthritis in both hands. She used to absolutely dread chopping onions because holding a hard plastic handle for just 5 minutes would leave her fingers aching for the rest of the day. But once she switched to soft, silicone grip knives and spatulas, the emotional impact was profound. She literally told her daughter she felt like she'd gotten her hands back. These small swaps really do add up to reclaiming whole activities.
Moving on to step 3, and this is a golden rule. Stop lifting, start rolling. Use a multi-tier utility cart for bringing in groceries, and for those notoriously heavy stand mixers, grab some low-friction appliance sliders. Carol actually used to have to call her grandson over just to move her mixer from the cabinet to the counter, because lifting it left her wrists throbbing for hours. By popping a simple appliance slider underneath it, she could glide it into place with 2 fingers. She didn't have to wait around for her grandson's schedule just to bake some cookies whenever she wanted.
Okay, moving into section 2. Rethink your space. Inherited layouts, meaning the environment itself, is the flaw here. Step 4 is what we like to call the golden triangle update. I actually want to ask you directly, are you unnecessarily bending down for your favorite coffee mug every single morning? Think about it. The crucial point here is to identify your most used items and immediately move them to shelves that are right at elbow height. Just look at Yvonne's experience. She's 68, and she used to keep her favorite mugs in the very back of a really low cabinet, mostly just because that's where the movers put them like 30 years ago. She was bending and twisting every single morning, and her lower back would just ache. But once her daughter helped her move those mugs, the coffee maker and the sugar bowl right to arm's reach, that daily wince completely disappeared. Fighting those 30-year-old habits is a fantastic way to instantly relieve daily spinal stress.
Step 5 is to create a seated station.
Move your prep work over to a kitchen nook or a lower table. Somewhere along the line, we all just decided that cooking had to be done on our feet, but you absolutely do not have to stand up to dice vegetables.
Margaret is a perfect example of this. She's a 79-year-old widow who cooks every single meal from scratch. But standing at her counter for 20 minutes just to prep a stew used to leave her legs trembling. When her physical therapist suggested a seated station, she was pretty skeptical. But after just a week, she realized this powerful truth. Sitting isn't giving up. By doing her prep work at her table, she removed a totally unnecessary obstacle and got her joy of cooking back. Now she only stands for things that truly require it, like stirring at the stove.
All right, section 3, support your stance. Let's look at the actual foundations for comfort. Step 6 focuses on the floor itself. It is officially time to throw away those thin, decorative rugs. What you really need are thick, supportive, anti-fatigue mats to provide some essential joint cushioning. Standing on hard tile for 90 minutes straight severely compounds back pain, which ties right back to what we were talking about earlier with those microtraumas. Remember Rosalind, who almost gave up cooking those Sunday dinners? She told us the floor mat was actually the change that surprised her the most. She'd always assumed her back pain came strictly from the lifting and the bending. She hadn't even considered the toll the hard tile was taking on her body. Once she added a cushioned mat in front of her sink and her stove, her legs actually stopped aching by dinner time for the very first time in years. It was wild for her to discover that the floor itself was a main culprit of her pain. And our 7th step is the kitchen shoe rule. Basically, never cook in socks or bare feet on hard tile. Doreen, our retired teacher, used to cook in these flat, cozy slippers after a long day. But her podiatrist pointed out that those unsupportive slippers were letting her weight roll onto the outer edges of her feet. This was twisting her hips and pulling at her lower back with literally every single step. Switching to supportive indoor-only shoes kept her spine perfectly aligned, and within 2 weeks, she noticed she wasn't shifting her weight from foot to foot in pain anymore. Comfort and support, it turns out, are definitely not the same thing.
Finally, Section 4, reclaim your independence, maintaining total autonomy in your kitchen.
So the crucial point to take away from all this is simply this. Stop accepting pain as the price of admission for something you love to do. Change the environment, not yourself. Rosalind, Doreen, Carol, Margaret, and Yvonne, they made these exact adjustments because they absolutely refused to give up their hobby. They realized that cooking should be a restorative experience, not a painful chore.
So, I want to leave you with a quick question to chew on. What is one small change you are going to make today to take your kitchen back? You really shouldn't have to trade your body's comfort for a home-cooked meal. Think about your layout, your tools, or maybe even your shoes, and make that change today. If you found this explainer helpful and you want to learn more, definitely hit that subscribe button for more pain-free living tips. Now go enjoy your kitchen again